welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna film a first. We're gonna film a video that I've literally never filmed before, but I've been watching so many of them. It's actually getting a little bit obsessive. And we are on the 3-month countdown until we have to move out of this flat. Like, what? Well, I guess it's more like 4 months, but like, could be 3. Between 3 and 4 months. So I've got quite a lot of books I need to read. If we factor in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, etc. of series, I've got about 40 books on my physical TBR, and I need to get through them, but I've almost got so much choice that I don't know where to start. So I've got all of my next books in my TBR and slotted them into this little component here, so I might need to just like continuously move my getting slightly out of control plant out of the way. But all of my books I still need to read, which are next in the series, are here. And I thought about doing the whole like wrap your books up and use a number generator, but I don't really have enough wrapping paper that I'm willing to waste wrapping books up. So we're just gonna do the number generator thing, and we're just gonna count. If I haven't explained what we're doing a monthly TBR. I have too many books, I'm slightly overwhelmed, I never know what to pick. Alex used to do this number thing for me. There's now too many books, it stresses me out, so I'm gonna have a short list. And the number that I'm thinking, sounds a bit random, but it's my lucky number, is 7. So I tend to read about 10 books a month, so it allows space to read like the next books in the series if I want to. It also allows space to read the book club book if it doesn't get picked in this TBR. So there are 16 books on the shelf, wedged in here. So I'm gonna ask my mate Siri and we're gonna pick. So let's go. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 16.
It's 2.
He's picked 2. So I'm gonna go this way. So therefore number 2 is Pierce Brown Golden Sun. Now can I get this out of the shelf is a whole nother debate, because this is proper wedged in. So this is the 2nd book after, wait, what's the first book called? Red Rising. I literally just finished Red Rising. It's in a reading vlog that will come in a few days time. And this is the 2nd book. So I am hoping this kind of picks up as the first book finishes, but we're kind of on a cliffhanger, kind of not. I'm not like desperate to read this book, but it is a long series. I do have every single book in the series, so I'm quite glad that this is in here to like push me through it, you know? So it follows a man called Darrow who is born into a class of people called the Reds, who mine a mineral under the surface of Mars. They believe it's because they're like prepping Mars for like the human race to come to, but then Darrow finds out, because he's been like brought into like a rebel crew, he finds out that actually they've been on Mars, as in the human race has been on Mars for like 300 years, and the Reds are basically slaves. And then he has to infiltrate the gold to basically like lead Mars and the universe, and has to try and infiltrate them, and that's kind of where we're in the process of being. So in the first book he has to like complete a school, and at the end of the first book I think he's just completed the first part of school. I think there's still more school left, but yeah, this is the 2nd book. So let's go again. Hey Siri. Oh no, there's too many Siri devices around. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 15.
It's 5.
5. Interesting. This probably wouldn't have been a book that I would like rushed out and chosen. We've got Sarah Vaughan's Anatomy of a Scandal, which I'm not gonna lie, someone at work gave away for free, so I picked it up. It says, a high-profile marriage thrust into the spotlight, a prosecutor who believes justice has been a long time coming, a scandal that will rock Westminster, and the women caught at the heart of it. It's fiction, although it probably sounds like it could be real life, but I am really interested. I've literally heard absolutely nothing about this book. I know very little about this author. I know very little about anything to do with this book, except for the fact it's been reviewed by basically every publication going. So yeah, we'll give this a go. Something I know very little about. This is proving to be quite an interesting selection of books. So, hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 14.
The answer is 13.
It's my brother's lucky number. So 13 is 1 before the end. I love this series. This is such a Marmite series. It's Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and this is the third and final book in the series. I can see how it is a Marmite series. There are certain bits of each of the books I've read so far that sometimes it drags and you're like, come on, let's keep going. But I love the characters, I love the world. I'm fascinated to see where this book's gonna go, because I don't feel like they can do Caraval the game again, because then it's like the 3 books will be the same. I feel like it's gonna be a similar vibe to like Hunger Games, where the first 2 are basically the Hunger Games twice, and then the the third book goes off on a bit of a tangent. So interested, fascinated. It ended on such a cliffhanger. I've been wanting to read this book, but like putting it off for a bit so that I didn't just like plow through the whole thing. Buzzing. So excited. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 13.
It's 12.
Oh, he loves the number before the end. Oh, look at that. The book club book. So at work, we have a book club book, and this is she. It is Gabrielle Zevin's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I actually know nothing about this book. I know it's literary fiction, and I believe it follows 2 people who are like BFFs, so like a platonic friendship that is just like stands the test of time. Yeah, the story is of Sam and Sadie. It's not a romance, but it is about love. So yeah, very interesting, very unlike anything I've read. The few people I've spoken to who have started it have said that it's actually really good. So I am fascinated. I will obviously give this a go. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 12.
It's 5.
5. I love this book so much. I mean, I say I love this book, I haven't read this one. I loved book 1 before this book so much. So this is Karen M. McManus, One of Us Is Next. And I read the first one, which is One of Us Is Lying. And I've also read another book by her, Who Can Keep a Secret. Oh, they're so good. They're a bit YA, like they follow characters who are still in school, but they're so well written, they're so well rounded. There's a little bit of a romance in there, or at least there was in the first book. It's just, I love it. The twists, the plot, they're like books I just cannot put down, and I love them, and I'm so excited to read this one. So yeah, this is the 5th book. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 11.
That would be 5.
Loves number 5. It's all the new books that I bought today, so if you watch the reading vlog that's coming up, I bought a couple of books today. I know I really shouldn't be. Let's not go there. But we have Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the 2nd book after A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. If you saw my review of this, I found the main character slightly annoying, but I loved the plot, I loved the writing, it was so easy and breezy, it was such a great read. I say easy and breezy, it's a thriller. I mean it's quick. I am so excited to read this book. I have been considering like just getting this book and reading it for quite some time. So excited to have this on my July TBR. It's actually becoming quite a good TBR. I'm buzzing. Last book. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 10.
It's 3.
3. 1, 2. Yes. This has been on my physical like TBR, as in like it's been on my list of books that I've owned but like haven't started reading for ages, because I'm actually quite scared to start it. I feel like Emily Henry is such a like loved author, and I've actually not read anything by her. So I picked this one up as like it felt like a good place to start. It's about it's about a couple who broke up, but they're on like a friend holiday, so they like pretend to be together. They're called, oh no, they go together like for Lake Clivey Environmentals. I was like, wow. No, Harriet and Wynne. So they broke up 6 months ago. They're in a cottage. Everyone wants to be there for the last time, so they're pretending to be in love. I think it's gonna be such an interesting read, and I'm so happy I get to read this in July, in my last London summer. Because I've got the book club book. Should I do 8? Let's do 8, because I got the book club book and I left a space for the book club book. So why not? Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 9.
It's 9.
I should have quit when I was ahead. The very last book on my July TBR is a book that I have been avoiding. This is These Girls by Sarah Pekkanen. I picked this up from a charity shop because I wanted to like pick up a book that I wouldn't typically read, which just means that I don't want to read it. It follows the life of 3 women who, I can't remember what their names are. Kate, Renee and Abby. They've all come to New York for kind of different reasons. They've got like high class jobs, and from what I can gather, it's just like them living together. And I really struggle with books that like don't seem to have a purpose. I think it's where like a romance, because obviously it builds to a romance story, a romantasy because they usually want to like solve something, a detective or like thriller because of obvious reasons. So sometimes I struggle with books like this, but maybe I need it to be in my TBR to like force me to actually read it. So yeah, scared of this book, but so graceful. She is beauty, she is grace. So these are the books on my monthly TBR. Should we do a little roundup? Should we do a quick little recce at the end? Pierce Brown, Golden Sun, which is the second book after Red Rising. Sarah Vaughan? Don't know. An Anatomy of a Scandal. Stephanie Garber, Final or Finale, which is the last book in the Caraval trilogy. Gabrielle Zevins, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Karen M. McManus, One of Us is Next, which is after One of Us is Lying. Holly Jackson, Good Girl, Bad Blood, which is the second book after A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Emily Henry's Happy Place. And then last, but potentially least, Sarah Pekkanen, These Girls. I'm actually quite excited to have like a proper TBR list so that I can actually just put that pile of books by the bed / on the desk. It's a slightly more curated pile of books to like choose from, and I can just like hopefully whiz my way through them. I've got quite a busy July coming up, but it should be fine. And some good books in there, some challenging, some things that I've been avoiding. I've still got all of these books still to read, as well as the next ones after some of those series, which I will dig out. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be sharing reviews of these books in videos throughout the month. So if you want to see any of them in particular, let me know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!